Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Today we're going to be talking about the markets and what a shit day it is. It has been for the markets overnight. Well, overnight for me. It's been an absolute terrible market. Everybody is in the red. All the alts are in the red. BTC is in the red and still going down. So we'll be looking at that and just asking the question, how low can BTC go? That's the question we're asking. I'm forever the optimist. I still don't think it's going to fall below 5,800, but a lot of people are saying, oh, it's going lower, it's going down to 4,800 or whatever, but I don't think so. However, there's still brilliant opportunities out there. You can short BTC, that's a great opportunity, or you can short the alts as well. And I just think there's a couple of coins that I just think are going to explode when this kind of turns around, and I mean explode big time. And we're going to be looking at them as well. So we'll be looking at the markets overall and some of the news that's coming out as well. Okay, so I'm just going to see if we are live. We are. We've got a few people in, so I'm just going to jump over to the chat area. David Sports, good morning to you. Rob UK, one of our brown admins, good morning to you, buddy. Irish and Sketchy, today is a real red day. Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. Stephen King, good morning everybody. Stephen SS is in. Jason Demick is in. Good morning to you. Good to have you here. JC Stander. Tim Gash is in. As well this morning. Musa Dazza Booth is in. Hope you tethered. Nope, I've not tethered anything. I've just held on. I'll tell you why in a second. Martin and Sonia, morning Steve. Likes crushed as always. Yes, crush those likes. If you like these videos, just go down just now and hit that like button. That obviously helps the channel. And plus, we've got 3,000. We reached 3,000 subscribers today. Our 3,000th subscriber kind of happened, I think this morning, early hours of this morning. So it's been a slow climb up to 3,000, but we've got 3,000 subscribers. Mark Paul is in the house as well. Mervyn Skidmore is in. Mitch Dieter, Abdul Al-Gadi is in. Davey Stew, one of our brown admins, is in as well. Irish and Sketch. Luckily, I cashed on BCD yesterday. That's why I missed the stream. Wow. Wow, that's brilliant. So look at BCD as well and what's happening with that, particularly on Binance. Because we've seen it on Binance. We were watching it yesterday on Binance, kind of shooting up. And then it could just kind of crashed after that. But there's a reason for it. So we'll look at that as well. So first of all, we'll look at the markets overall. Where are we just now? So overall market capitalization, has it gone under 200 billion? Nope, it's not gone under 200 billion yet. I'm sure it did at some point last night when Bitcoin went down further than it is just now. So 202 billion just now for overall market capitalization. Bitcoin dominance, as we expected, is up to 54.8%, probably part of its one of its highest kind of levels since the beginning of the year. Okay, so Bitcoin itself down 12.79%. If you had a short on Bitcoin on the likes of BitMEX, you've done pretty freaking amazing. So if you had a 10x leverage short on Bitcoin, you're kind of up 120%. Basically, so basically if you put a Bitcoin kind of on BitMEX to go down, you are kind of up 1.2 Bitcoin. So from 1 Bitcoin to 2.2 Bitcoin. So that's pretty amazing if you had a short on BitMEX. Who is up? Nobody. Not one single token is up over the last 24 hours. We've got True USD, Tether, obviously they're stable coins, so we can't include them. But 100% of the top 100 are in the red. We'll just see the next 100, see if anybody's up at all. Oh, we have a few. Namecoin, Linky, Pillar, DAI, and BitCNY as well as up. But nobody is up. Who's the biggest fallers is a question. IOST down 27.94%. Bitcoin down. Bitcoin Dark. PundyX down. Stratus, Elf, Walton Chain, Nano. I think there's most are in double digits. Just going down the list. There's only a few that are in single digit kind of drops today. So not looking good for the short term. Definitely not looking good. We're just going to look at the Bitcoin and see what it is just now. That's the Bitcoin longs. So we'll just look at them just now. The Bitcoin longs has dropped obviously quite sharply over the last day. We'll just see, kind of look in the 4-hour chart. So you can see here the Bitcoin longs were up to 28,000 positions open for a long. Now it's down to 25,000. and we'll look at, conversely, we'll look at the BT shorts. So we can see from 21,000 all the way up to 38,000 open short positions at the moment on Bitfinex. So that's climbed extremely sharply, you can see that there, and it's still rising just now. So that's pretty amazing to see. So that kind of shows you the kind of sentiment at the moment, what most people are doing, are shorting Bitcoin just now. Okay, we'll just look at the Bitcoin price overall. I'll look at the Tether price. Down to 6,426. Okay, so we've kind of broken that key support level at 7,140. Obviously, we need to look at the next support levels, see where that is. So we're talking really the next support levels is really fine. We've got the 6,000 psychological barrier. It's not a support level as such, but it's a psychological support. So the next one is about 5,800, and then we have to go back kind of a year before we go lower than that, and we're talking about 5,400. 5,400 there. There's the next one, and even lower than that, probably around about 4,800. So that is the support levels. Just now for Bitcoin doesn't look good. 5,800, I keep saying I don't think it's going to break 5,800, but you never know what's going to happen with kind of Bitcoin and what's happening with the kind of manipulation, everything that's going on with the manipulation. So this is kind of rumoured to be caused by kind of Silk Road, kind of Mt. Gox, kind of wallets kind of being activated again after the last 4 years of being inactive, and kind of $1 billion worth of kind of Bitcoin being moved about on various exchanges. So that's kind of looks like they're going short on that, but obviously there's rumours as well with Goldman Sachs as well. We'll just look at some of the news, but there's rumours with Goldman Sachs, for example, not doing the crypto, which is FUD, to be honest. They're just putting it on hold just now, so it's not, they're not talking about kind of scrapping the crypto desk altogether. They're putting on hold. So look at some of the news as well. I wanted to show you BitMEX as well. So BitMEX just now 6,404 for kind of Bitcoin just now, down 13%. Would you go long here? It'd take a brave person to go long in this kind of market just now. But what I did want to look at is the likes of Tron. We were talking about this. I was talking about this with Tim this morning on the premium channel. The likes of Cardano, Tron and Ripple. So Cardano is down to 1,300 Satoshi. 1,300. Cardano is going to explode at some point. So there's 3 coins, 3 tokens. I think there's loads of them, especially now, and we'll be looking at that as well. There's loads of tokens that are going to, or loads of projects that are going to explode. Cardano is going to be one of them. So I would think here, I'd still look at the Bitcoin price, wait to see what happens, see if it kind of goes up, and there's going to be supported levels of it going up. I don't see it happening anytime soon, to be honest, but you never know. There could be a kind of big bounce from here and it goes up. You just never know in the crypto world, but we'll need to wait and see. But Cardano, if we took out a long here, and I don't think I'll do it just now, but if we took out a long here and we kind of 5x'd it, our liquidation level would be 1,076 Satoshi. Now, if we look at this, and we'll go Cardano, ADA, and BTC. So the lowest it's been, and this is since it came on Binance, is 603. So it's never been lower than 1,067 till back in 13th of December 2017. Now, I'm not saying it can't go lower than that, but because of the tech has changed so much, the fundamentals have changed so much with Cardano, I can't see it going lower than that unless we had an absolute catastrophe and Bitcoin did go down to the likes of 4,800 or 4,000 or lower than that. Then obviously Cardano could go down there as well. But looking at this with a 5x leverage, which means you put 0.4 Bitcoin on and you're really kind of trading with 2 Bitcoin, and you can get 150,000 contracts of Cardano for that. The liquidation price is 1,076. Now, it was lower than that. It did go down to about 1,200. So that would have been the ideal kind of time to get in, but you can never call a bottom. It's like catching a falling knife, as kind of people say. But I just think the like Cardano, Tron and Ripple, I think are going to absolutely explode in the next couple of months. Obviously, short term is totally different. Ripple was down as low as 4,000 Satoshi for Ripple. It's kind of went up about 20%. No, 10% to 4,455. This is the one that's going to explode as well, I believe, in the next couple of months. Same with Tron. Tron has got so much going on. They've got so many fingers and different pies just now. It's just unbelievable what they've got going on. For the long term, I think Tron is going to do amazing. If we opened a position here with Tron at, say, 4x, that was 4x before on Cardano as well, actually. The liquidation price would be 248 Satoshi. Now, Tron at 248 Satoshi, TRX BTC. Where was the lowest? 248. Again, December 2017. Could it go lower than 248 Satoshi? Yeah, it could, with kind of bearing in mind a catastrophe. But what you would do is kind of set a stop loss. So you wouldn't let it go down to liquidation price of 248. You'd maybe, or go in small positions. Go in at 318 long. If it goes down, you could go back in again long at 300 or something, depending on the Bitcoin price. So it'd be difficult, it'd be brave to put a long on here just now as well, but if we look at the estimated liquidation price, or you could go 3x just now and the liquidation price goes to 221, or go to 2x and it goes to 168. So it might be worth kind of going 2x, but you'd have to put 1.6 Bitcoin to get 100, to get a million contracts in Tron. And I think that would be relatively safe, unless there was a catastrophe and kind of Bitcoin did go down to 4,000. So I'm just not kind of sure what to do. I keep thinking about selling off just now, going everything into Bitcoin and kind of start trading with everything and just going all or nothing. But that would be mental to do that. It would be crazy mental to do that. But I just think there's so much opportunities out there, especially now, but we just don't know where the Bitcoin price is going. Ripple is another one. I think Ripple, Tron and Cardano are the three I think are going to absolutely explode within a couple of months once this turnaround happens. We need to wait and see for that, but I think BitMEX could be... I'm thinking about getting back into BitMEX. I've been burnt. Obviously, that was stupidity. I was going 25x on Bitcoin and I'd went long at 6,500. If I'd still been in that, obviously I made a shit ton of money. But I got kind of liquidated. But I'm thinking about going back in. I'm really thinking about it. But I have to close it. I'd have to close out a lot of positions just now in order to do that. So they're fighting, the Bulls and the Bears are still fighting at the 6,400 level. But I just think more interesting is Cardano, Tron, Ripple, Ethereum especially as well. Ethereum down to $228. Is Ethereum finished? If you think it's finished, you would be out of Ethereum. I don't think it's finished by a long chalk. And I think that could explode as well, Ethereum. But I do think Cardano is going to overtake eventually. EOS could overtake as well. EOS is down 12% as well. So that might be another one. Be good if we could get a consortium together to kind of trade on this. But you don't need a consortium, I suppose. Bitcoin Cash, I wouldn't bet on that. But definitely Tron, Ripple, Cardano, Ethereum. A lot of people are down on Ethereum just now, so it might still go down further. But if you were to open a position on BitMEX at 50x, if you're going 50x leverage, you could get in at 228 and your liquidation price would be 226, so that would just be crazy. But if you went 5x, liquidation price is 185, that's still too risky. If you went 2x, liquidation is 116 for 10,000 contracts. So, but that is kind of gambling if you look at it. But so is crypto. If you look at it that way, you could, there's kind of loose definitions of what gambling is. Is you being in crypto, is that a gamble? Of course it is. So everything's a kind of gamble if we look at it from that point of view. Okay, who else is in the house? Mitch Dieter, Abdul Davis Chu was said. Mike D is in the house, another one of Brown Adams, not seen for a while, mate. Mervyn Skidmore is in, 3k, yeah, subs, not BTC. Oh, subscribers, right? Brilliant, Mervyn. RC, T-Mac, let's go Iran to arbitrage. Yeah, we've got a new story on Iran as well, which could actually help BTC. Mac Pawn, is it time to buy BCD? I don't know. We'll look at that kind of story. In fact, we'll look at that just now, BCD. So what happened with Bitcoin, BCD? So this is a story for Bitcoin Diamond. So we can see here, and this is what we were watching yesterday. We've seen it watching live, climbed up to 251,000 Satoshi, and then it shot all the way down, and it's down to 37,800 Satoshi at the moment. What happened? What happened was the Bitcoin Diamond price is just getting in line with all the other exchanges on Binance. That's what happened. So if we look at Bitcoin Diamond, and we've seen this before, BCD, and still KuCoin have got it at the old kind of price. So if we look at the markets, Binance has got a 243, Gate.io has got a 241, OKX 244. So that's really what it's doing, is getting in line with all the other exchanges. And you can see a few outliers here, particularly KuCoin at $11.44. Now, a lot of people are saying arbitrage, but you can't do it. You couldn't do it on Binance. You couldn't move Bitcoin Diamond out. You couldn't move it in. You could only trade it on Binance, but you couldn't move it anywhere. Now it's open. So now you can move it on Binance, and that's why the price has gone down so much. Now, I don't know what happened. If people bought yesterday on Binance, kind of say, for example, they bought at 250,000 Satoshi, what happens there? Have they split it? What have they done? I don't know what's happened there. But now you can actually move your Bitcoin Diamond tokens out of Binance and into Binance now as well. So it's not like you could buy it on Binance and then sell it on KuCoin. You're not going to be able to do that. KuCoin still have them locked up, I believe, as well. So you can't move it in, you can't move it out. You can only trade it on KuCoin. That's KuCoin, Ethereum as well. So yeah, that's what happened with Bitcoin Diamond. Is it going to go back up to the $13 where it was yesterday? 250,000 Satoshi? No. It's not on Binance. It's not going to go up there. It might go higher. We might see a kind of a jump higher from here, because obviously it has gone down to its low if we look at the charts. So this has taken out the outliers as well. So could it go higher from here? Yeah, it definitely could go higher from here, but it's not going to automatically jump up to that $13 where it was before on Binance, just because of the reason I explained to you just now. We have Alan Hammond is in the house, Marcus Jafari. What are your thoughts on ZIL? We kind of looked at ZIL yesterday. I kind of called that the other day. Obviously with the markets shooting down, that's obviously off the table. Honest Crypto Journey is in the house as well. Relt is in. Kin and Backs down so low at the moment. Unbelievable. Unbelievable with Kin, unbelievable with Kin and Backs just now. What's happening with BABB? I think they're down to 7 Satoshi for BABB. Just have 8 Satoshi just now, which is not that big of a drop. Well, 17% is kind of a big drop, 504. So is it a good opportunity to collect? I think dollar cost averaging in, yes, 75 for Kin, 1 Satoshi at 56 million market capitalization. So over the last 4 to 5 days, Kin has lost about 10 million market capitalization every day, and this is another day that's lost another 10 million on a market capitalization, as have the other tokens though, as have the other projects as well. So this would be a case of, if you believe in Kin, I think long term Kin is going to be fine, it's going to be good. If you believe in it, it's dollar cost averaging in, so if you can get money and just kind of hold kind of for the long term, but just kind of buy in at various price levels as well. Same with backs as well. Same with backs. MacPawn is not weekend yet. I know. JC Standard, BCD still have volume. You think we'll get a spike up? Thinking to ladder in, but what will BTC do? I think it all hinges on what BTC is going to do. Davey Stewart picked up a little ADA today. I think for the long term, and I'm really trying to scrape money together and I don't know what to sell off because I've not got the actual cash there. Wager, I'm just looking at kind of selling. So I don't know how much I'd get for wager. Just look at that. Start at 30,000. So get just under $3,000 for wager. I've held them long enough. The good wager are really good, and I still believe long term they're going to do really well. But I've held them. It was the very first ICO I bought into, and I've held them for over a year now, and I'm up on it, so that's not that bad. So I'm seriously thinking about going on to BitMEX again and just looking at it, but we just don't know how low this Bitcoin price is going to go down. Res756, good morning to you. Backs haven't been this low since April the 8th and all. Unbelievable. Mervyn Skidmore, ADA. Yeah, I do honestly like ADA. Liam Hunt, I was on a lovely short on ADA, 73%. Brilliant. That's excellent. And Cryptomaniac, did you cash out from BitMEX? Could lost your balance. Seems like it's so risky to play with leverage right now. It is risky to play with leverage. However, I was playing with 25x leverage. That was my kind of stupidity, because it was my trading abilities I thought were really good, and they were. I went in with 1 Bitcoin, kind of traded up to 2.01 Bitcoin or something, and went in 25x again. I think it was like 6,500. Went out for the day, didn't put a stop loss on. That's how stupid it was, because I was really confident it was going to go up and it was going to touch the 7,000 level, and it kind of fell by about $350, and I lost all the 2 Bitcoin because I had everything in there. But that was my stupidity. You live and learn from that, and I wouldn't go 25x again, or at least I'd put a kind of stop loss on, especially if I was going out for the day as well. And I honestly didn't check it. I wasn't checking it throughout the day. We were over visiting parents. Then when I came back, I'd seen it being liquidated. I'm going, holy shit. I couldn't believe it. I was just really gutted at that. But it was one trade. It was one trade. I've been good at trading over the last couple of months. It's been brilliant and it's been doing really well. And it was one trade that I was kind of really stupid on. So yeah, I wouldn't go in with 25x leverage, or if you are, put a stop loss on. Definitely put a stop loss on. And I normally do it. I don't know why I didn't do it. I was just that confident. I was just stupidity. But one trade doesn't make a bad trader. One bad trade doesn't make a bad trader. Bitcoin boom backs has been slowly trending up. Yeah, it was. Mervyn Skidmore, minus 40%, 47% of my ADA bag. Time to DCA, methinks. Yeah, honestly, I think Cardano is just going to go mental. I really do think it's going to explode and going to be one of the big, huge crypto players this time next year. We'll just look at Cardano, see what the market capitalization is. It's still high. That's the only thing I don't like about it. The market capitalization at 2 billion. It was at 2.5 billion. Obviously, it's come down. But if you're thinking that the overall market cap is going to go into the trillions, then that 2 billion is going to be nothing, and that's going to go up to 20 billion, it's going to go up to 40 billion, 50 billion for Cardano. That's why I believe, I honestly believe that is going to happen for Cardano. The highest it's been is about 33 billion, and that was back in January though. And $1.28, so it's down about 13 times. Is that 8, 10, 13, probably more a dollar value, but with market capitalization value 15, so it's about 15 times, 16 times where it is off where it was this time kind of last year or January, beginning of this year. I just think Cardano is going to explode. Same with Ripple, same with Tron as well. Tron is just doing so many things. And on that, we'll just look at a couple of bits of news. And this is talking about Tron and privacy coin functionality. This is from a Reddit user. So bees have knees too, as the Reddit user. So I bumped into an article here a few days ago that mentioned upcoming info on zero knowledge proofs being added to Tron. If this is true or on the horizon, I think it's pretty exciting because I think privacy is going to be a valuable addition to any coin as crypto expands. Very true. I was wondering if there's any way, any hard info on whether this is just a rumour or something Tron is actually working on. Only real info I found is from an old Medium post from way before things solidified, where this was included. So this is talking about Tron as a privacy coin functionality coming to Tron as well because of the BitTorrent as well. So that could be coming as well. So Luchin Chain is saying, this was a question post, we're developing a module using zero knowledge proof and ring signature technologies, and we plan to add anonymous protocols into Tron's protocol layer to meet the user needs for anonymity. With the expansion of Tron, we will add more new technologies to meet all kinds of needs based on different users, developers and scenarios. So I think Tron, they're just up to so much, and even if one of the things that they're kind of doing just kind of explodes, then obviously Tron is going to explode. But imagine if all of them culminate together, and just, I think Tron is going to be a major player. A lot of people still say it's a shitcoin. I just do not understand why they're saying that at all. It's 1.3 billion market capitalization. The highest has been around 15 billion, I think. Yeah, it's been about 15 billion market capitalization, so 10 times where it is just now. And the tech has moved on so much. So you think about it from that point of view, because the tech has moved on so much, and it's 90% off where it has been, or at its all-time high. So once kind of Bitcoin starts moving again, once the markets start moving, once the investors get in, Tron is going to explode along with Cardano, along with Ripple as well. Ripple is just doing so many things as well, unbelievable. What they're kind of doing at the moment, and the kind of partnerships they're making as well. So I think those three tokens alone, all of them have high market capitalizations just now. That's the only kind of downside to it. It'd be brilliant if we caught them before they kind of rose, but obviously we haven't. Well, a lot of people have. So I think those three tokens are just going to go mental. They're going to go absolutely mental. So Tron is sitting at 321 Satoshi at the moment. I just think for the long term, it'd just be amazing. Okay, so that was Tron. Bitcoin price watch, sharp tumble on resistance test, Goldman Sachs update. So this is about the Goldman Sachs kind of FUD that was kind of put out there, and there's a few kind of stories that have been out there about Goldman Sachs stopping the kind of crypto trading desk that we were talking about. So this is the technical indicators. So what they're talking about in this article is RSI is pointing down to confirm that selling pressure is in play, but the oscillator has already hit oversold territory to signal exhaustion. It has yet to turn higher in order to indicate a return in bullish momentum. So is that going to happen? They're talking about the RSI, and it's got a picture here as well about the RSI kind of, it's oversold territory at the moment. On the stock RSI as well, stochastics as well. Market factors. So the sharp drop has been pinned on reports that Goldman Sachs is backing out of its plans to create a Bitcoin trading desk, leading many to doubt that other financial institutions could explore the same route. This also cast doubt on the SEC ruling for Bitcoin ETF applications, awaiting a decision by the end of the month. Apart from that, reports that Shapeshift has added registration requirements appears to have accelerated the slide. This could wind up discouraging retail traders looking to make quick profits off of the market, and is leading some to worry that regulation could be kicking in. So this was about the Goldman Sachs kind of story that they're going to pull out of the crypto trading desk, but they're just putting it on hold at the moment. So they're not pulling out of it, they're just talking that it's going to be put on hold. So crypto market drops. This is from coinspeaker.com, as Goldman Sachs postpones its plans for a crypto trading desk. Postpone being the operative word, and yet everybody's jumped on this and said, oh, Bitcoin, Goldman Sachs is kind of pulling out, that must mean something, let's sell off. But obviously there's other factors as well. Silk Road, Mt. Gox, that could be a factor for the Bitcoin price going down. So there's loads of kind of factors there. So again, this is talking about Goldman Sachs. They're not pulling out, they're just kind of postponing it just now. So they're still looking at it, and I don't think it's not going to help with the ETF decision from the SEC, seeing Bitcoin this volatile. Everybody's selling off just now, everybody's kind of sold off in Bitcoin just now, and everybody going short is not going to help the ETF decision at all from the SEC, and is probably not going to happen this year if it keeps on going like this, it being so volatile. And this is one of the major worries about this from the SEC, because Bitcoin is so volatile. So ain't going to happen this year, we don't think. So we need to wait and see what happens with that. But it's FUD. Goldman Sachs isn't pulling out, they're just postponing their kind of plans for the crypto trading desk. That's all they're doing. And this article here from CoinGape.com, and talking about the FUD about Goldman ditching Bitcoin leads to a sell-off in the crypto market as well. So as I said, they're not pulling out of the crypto trading desk, they're just postponing it for the moment. So that's not good news, obviously, for markets as a whole, but it could bounce from here once that FUD goes away, if it is due to that. So it might be because of the Silk Road, it might be because of the Mt. Gox, if that story is true as well. So Bitcoin hits $24,000 in Iran after government recognises cryptocurrency mining as an industry. So Iran has recently announced that they will begin to treat cryptocurrency mining as an industry. This comes after increased pressure on the country enforced by changing economic sanctions imposed by the United States. Amidst this bullish news, the price of Bitcoin was reportedly around $24,000 converted on some Iranian exchanges. So this could actually be good news for Bitcoin price. This could actually be really good news if the Iranians were to kind of get into this big time, and obviously there's a lot of money in Iran as well. So the exchange platform Exa reported a price of 1 billion IRR for one Bitcoin, bringing the value of the coin above its previous all-time high of 20,000. The current price of the cryptocurrency is around 7,300. The price of Ethereum was also inflated to be around $900 compared to its current price of 280. So the Iranian Foreign Exchange and Monetary Policy Regulator, Central Bank of Iran, is all set to draft a framework of policies for the newly created industry of cryptocurrency mining. So this could actually be good news. So this is to get around the sanctions, obviously, as well, that kind of US has imposed on Iran, but could actually be good news for kind of cryptocurrency as a whole. And I think a lot of other countries, we've been talking about this in the past as well, I think a lot of other countries are going to be doing this as well, adopting kind of cryptocurrency policies to get around any kind of sanctions and to get de-link itself from the US dollar. And I think the US dollar is going to crash big time because of these countries looking at this. Iran being one. There's a Venezuela obviously looking at it as well. There's loads of different countries that are kind of looking at this as well. Tron, Justin Sun announces launch of Tron Web. So Justin Sun, founder of CEO and Tron Foundation, announced the launch of the new web portal of Tron, a client of BitTron, which was recently acquired by Tron. During the TVM launch, Justin stated that all the clients of BitTron, including Tron, will be Tron clients. So Justin Sun said, "Say hi to Tron Web, a Tron client for the streaming age. Thanks Tron and BitTron teams for creating this amazing product. Download the Windows version and let us know what you think. App supported by Mac in the works." So I've got Tron, I've had it for years, Tron, so I'm now a client of Tron. So this is, again, this just goes to show what I've been talking about. Tron are just doing so many things just now, so many innovative things, so many things that are going to drive the web forward, the cryptocurrency forward as well. I just think it can't not explode from here. I think it's going to be a major player this time next year. This is from CCN.com. This AI tracked unusual market behavior before today's big crypto drop. So earlier today, A news spread that Goldman Sachs was sidelining plans of opening its cryptocurrency trading desk. A report coinciding with the market took a sharp downward turn. The other day, market analysts saw someone take a 10,000 BTC short position, while overall market sentiment has been positive. So top analysts have been questioning why someone would take a $74 million short position so quickly. It didn't make sense unless he knew something that they didn't. Only a few days after he started shorting, there is some bearish news that comes out. So others speculate that it could have been someone at Goldman Sachs themselves who took a 74 million short position, waited 2 days, then announced they're pulling out of crypto. So is this manipulation as well? This is really what they're speculating here. These speculations have been just that, speculation, but with new AI technology, keeping a watchful eye on the cryptocurrency market, there is evidence that points to a deliberate market manipulation. Though by whom is still up for debate, and CCN just got the scoop directly from the data source. So this, I'm going to post all these article links for you as well at the end of this. So they're kind of looking at what happened here. So when the crypto drop occurred in the morning, for quite some time traders were looking for news behind such unusual minus 10% move across the board. Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin and other tokens all declined on substantial volume. Later in the day, the catalyst was found. Goldman decided to pause developments on its rumours crypto trading desk. So data scientists and market analysts from Ronin AI team, an AI-based crypto signals platform, took a closer look into the situation to see any red flag activities surrounding the drop. A number of indicators were pointed to some unusual behaviour right before the drop. One of them is a social sentiment that sporadically increased minutes before the actual drop took place. So this is actually quite interesting. So I'll post a link for you as well. So this was the kind of AI that Ronin had kind of looked at and seen some unusual activity to precipitate the kind of price drop in the Bitcoin and kind of Ethereum as well. I'm just going to go on. So data scientists strongly believe this was either market manipulation or insider trading, but are reluctant to give a definitive answer for obvious reasons. So what they're postulating is that someone or some group in Goldman Sachs actually knew about the Goldman Sachs story that was going to be released, that they were going to pause the trading desk or the crypto trading desk, and they put a $74 million short on Bitcoin 2 days before it actually happened, which was in the midst of positive sentiment with Bitcoin as well. It was moving up in price. So market manipulation, it's just when you've got money like that. The question would be, if you had that much money, would you manipulate the markets? Would you try and manipulate the markets as well? If I'm being really honest, I think I would, but I think that's what we're all doing. We're trying to manipulate the markets in some way by buying or selling. But obviously we can't move markets, but $74 million worth can move markets, as we've seen. Well, it didn't actually move the market. That it was just insider trading, so it's a different kind of scenario there. They didn't actually move the market because of that $74 million kind of short. But if they knew what was coming, then obviously that is kind of market manipulation as well, if Goldman Sachs actually knew. So they would have made a shit load of money. If this is kind of Goldman Sachs insider trading, they would have made a ton of money. Down $1,000. Down 12%. If they put $74 million on that, and God knows what the leverage was they put on it as well. If they put a 10x leverage or 25x leverage or 100x, you can do 100x on BitMEX, for example, Bitfinex. So if they've done that, you're talking, instead of trading $74 million, then you're trading nearly $1 billion. That's what it is. Well, it would be over $1 billion. So it depends on what the leverage was on that as well. So that's just my kind of brain thinking like that. I don't know if that is true or not. So that's the news as well. So market manipulation, yes. If you've got money, people are going to manipulate the markets. And this is kind of what's happened here. And the old players are kind of getting in on the game of crypto and manipulating the crypto markets, as well as screwing everybody over in the old kind of markets as well. Okay, so we'll go back to chat. Tim Gash, I'm going to wait until the momentum on BTC changes and then get involved on BitMEX. Yeah, just be really careful on BitMEX. Don't be over kind of exuberant on that, and just look at the leverage that you're putting in. VR, way too risky to trade on BitMEX. Bitcoin is too unstable to trade with leverage. Yeah, I think so, but if you trade with leverage, kind of small leverage, 2x, 3x, 5x, it could be good, but still risky at the moment. If this Bitcoin price drop is due to kind of this Goldman Sachs story, but we don't know if it's due to that or if it's due to kind of Silk Road kind of wallets being activated or Mt. Gox. We just don't know for sure what is actually up. I'm sure there's a lot of people that do know, but we, the main crowd, don't know for sure what's actually up. But if it is Goldman Sachs and the FUD goes away, then Bitcoin price should go back up. So we'll just take a look at Bitcoin price just now. BTC USDT. So 6,408 at the moment. See, this is the thing with, I'm going to kind of say it as well, the likes of Tron Vase. Tron Vase, for example, obviously has been saying that Bitcoin price is going to go down below to $5,000, $4,000, $3,000 even. But this Bitcoin drop is due to news. It's due to kind of fundamental, well, it's not fundamental, but it's due to news. So that's why I'm not into the long-term TA. Tron Vase and everybody else is kind of talking about Tron Vase as well, saying it's been going. They can't forecast news like this. So this drop is definitely because of the news. Either Mt. Gox, either Silk Road kind of wallets, or Goldman Sachs. So how can TA predict that? It can't. It cannot predict that. So this is why I think we cannot use long-term TA or technical analysis to predict the markets. And that's what kind of TA is really saying is if this happens, then that's going to happen, or if that happened, then that's going to happen, it's going to go down. So that's all we can do with TA, but I don't think long-term TA we can look at all. And I just discount it, and that's why the reason I discount it, because this drop of over $1,000 or 12%, this 12% drop is due to news that's come out and the sentiment that's changed. It's not because of anything that's happened in the past. So it's not because of these prices in the past and history repeating itself. Although it looks like that, it's not because of that, it's because of news. So I don't understand why we can look at long-term TA and kind of try and predict a price from that. But obviously a lot of people will disagree with me. I'll probably get a lot of dislikes for this as well. When kind of people see the video, I just don't understand it when this is purely down to news. VR, USD value down but Ether up. BABB and Skidmore, had a girlfriend like BitMEX ones, loads of fun but really risky. Peter Harding, XRP to become #2 coin by Christmas, Tron to become the new Ethereum. Yeah, there's just so much happening with Tron, XRP and Cardano. I just think that they're going to be the 3 top coins, apart from BTC. Morning all, not being around much, sorry, managed to get out of BTC and into USD. Excellent at 6,930, that was good, a good move. Been at the PC all night, waiting on 5,800 or lower, exhausted and out of coffee. I know what you mean, I'm out of coffee as well. Martin and Sonia, Steve, don't do it, mate. If it goes wrong, it will finish you with crypto. You know it's risky. I know it's risky, I know. It's too risky. It's just such a good opportunity just now. Such a good opportunity. And if I was to kind of go in to BitMEX again and I kind of lost it all, I probably would be out of crypto. It would just kind of finish off the channel, finish off me in crypto as well. I just don't know what to do, to be honest. And I am a risk taker. I'm only a risk taker because I've taken out more than I've put in to crypto at the moment. And that's the only reason kind of I started in crypto in the first, because it was a risk. I was a risk taker and it kind of worked for a while. Should have got out back in February time. Didn't, but and always looking to get in, but there's no point in trying to kind of trade your way back to where you were before. That doesn't work. Matt the Carpenter, good morning to you. Mr. Moose, if you need cash, why don't you put Ether, BTC and Nexo and get 50% loan? Nah, I don't like loans. Don't like any stuff like that. Even if it is kind of BTC or crypto, I wouldn't like that. It takes a few hours. Jacob Hobson, can King go lower than 1 Satoshi? Yes, it can. It could, Jacob. Time to stack up on VeChain, my favourite project. VeChain is good. There's going to be so many projects, and this is kind of what I was looking at as well. If we look, this is Binance. If we look on Binance and look at the prices, and we look at, there's now what, 2, 4, 6, 7 tokens under 100 Satoshi. I think the other day it was only 4 tokens. No, 5 tokens. They were under 100. No, it was 4. There was only 4 under 100 because the Encash was above 100 as well. So there's now 7 tokens, so it's up 50% of the tokens that are under 100 Satoshi. These tokens, when this kind of move kind of reverses and kind of Bitcoin goes back up, you could put in and safely say, okay, it's going to go up 100%. Hot, I'm not so sure because that's went up 100% already, but I still think it's going to go 100% X from here, 100% ROI from here. Pundy X, 25 Satoshi just now, it was up at 32 the other day because of the drop. People taking profits, rightly so as well. This could go lower and you're going to get 100% return on that. BCN, good trading coin, you're probably going to get 100% on that. Dent has went up already from 23 Satoshi. You're still probably going to get 100% on that. It's holding well actually at this price. Encash has went down as well, 100%. So I genuinely think that all the ones under 200 Satoshi are going to do well. Fuel, Lend, these are the ones under 200 Satoshi. IOST, CDT, IoT, TX, TNB, Poet, Storm, MFT. Key is at 89 again, MFT 101. So they might have further to fall. They might drop further from here, but then it's time to kind of wade in. So it's just about saving up the dollars and going, okay, now time to get into those kind of tokens as well, just to get 100% ROI and build up that Bitcoin as well. What's the biggest kind of drop? BCD, it's still going down actually. And this is Bitcoin Diamond. MFT down 20%. And the lowest that's been is about 65 Satoshi. So I need to wait and see what happens with the kind of Bitcoin price. And Pundy X, what's the kind of order books looking like on Pundy X? Looks like it's going to go down further. 219 million selling at 26 Satoshi and 12 million buying at 25 Satoshi. So we need to wait and see what happens. Down as low as 19 previously. And this is obviously the community fund. We should have got out when we spoke about that, traded it, but we're still in it for the community fund. There's no point saying shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay, we'll go back to chat. Marcos, have you looked at Elastos? I've not looked at it for trading. I'm kind of sticking to kind of one exchange just now. Elastos is not on kind of Binance at the moment, but there's no reason not to kind of look at it. But Elastos does look good as well. You kind of looked at that before. $7.77 just now, so that's down 20% as well, with the high being at $85, so 90% off where it was. So yeah, I do think that's good for the long term as well. Oscar Ray, if BTC goes to 4,800, surely projects like Kin will lose value as well, to the point where there is barely any market capitalization, hence dead project. No, I don't. It doesn't mean it's a dead project. They can still work on a project even though the value of it goes down. It just means people are not trading it, but the project can still go ahead and the project can still be worked on as well. There's a lot of projects that seem like dead projects that people are still working on them in the background. ECC comes to mind when I'm thinking about people thinking it's a dead project, but that's still ongoing at the moment. My targets for BTC would be 4,500. What's that based on? What is $4,500 based on? That's what I'd like to know. What's that actually based on? Is it purely TA? and that's what I can't get my head around, because this market is driven by news, this market is driven by fundamentals, it's not driven by TA, but obviously a lot of people trade TA. That's the only thing that I can see in it, that a lot of people trade on technical analysis, but not that many people that's going to shift the markets. We have to look at JP Morgan's warning out today. The next crisis to have crashes and social unrest not seen in 15 years. They know an epic wealth transfer is about to take place. I didn't actually see that. I need to check that. JP are warning of severe flash crashes in the market, as there is a liquidity crisis in the financial markets, which is driving investors and big institutions into crypto, gold, etc. We've been saying that for months, that the stock market is going to crash big time. We've been saying that for actual months just now. I'm just going to see, that's BitMEX. I'm going to look on to the watch list. So this is the FTSE 100. It was up to £7,903, down to 7,385, and I was trading that for a while using spread betting as well. So daily's down. So I think we're going to see a big crash in the financial markets. Where's the Dow Jones? Dow Jones is near its all-time high just now at 25,975. So I wouldn't be betting on a drop just now, but when that drop comes, it's going to be a big, massive drop. Massive drop in the financial markets. But it's just when it comes, you just have to look out for the indicators for that. But at the moment, it's still going up. Joseph McKenney, $5 donation. Thank you very much, Joseph. Really appreciate your donation there. Really appreciate that. Thanks very much, mate. Rip this joint, can Pundy get to 1 cent by the end of the year? 1 cent is a tall kind of order. Pundy X, I'll just see what the price is at the moment. So it's 1/10 of a cent, so it's have to go up 10 times from here. 250 Satoshi for Pundy X. It is possible, just depends on the kind of overall sentiment of the markets, I'd say, but it's 1/10 of a cent just now. Well, 1.6 of a cent, so it's 7 times from here. 7 times would be about, what would that be, about 140, 150 Satoshi. It could do, just depends on the overall sentiment of the market. Let's get more head and shoulders on a day chart. Is this for Bitcoin? He who dares wins, Rodney. Yeah, bit of a Dale boy. Gene, what did I say yesterday's gut feeling? I know. A lot of people had that kind of feeling as well. Just like, we'll just look at, we're looking at. So we've been looking at the ascending wedge on kind of Bitcoin. But we'll look at here. So around about here. This is the opposite side of it. I tend to look at the kind of positive, but we have to look at this as well. This is a kind of descending wedge. This is from kind of March time as well. And you can see that kind of trend line on the way down on long term. And just looking at that. And this is my kind of thinking with them kind of TA as well. A lot of traders use this, and they're using this, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, as I said. But I like the short-term TA. But if we look at that, that's a descending wedge. So it looks as if it's going to break 5,800. If it breaks 5,800, this is where the support is. If it breaks that, obviously we're kind of going to go down from there. If we're looking at purely from a TA point of view, it's going to go down if it goes below 5,800. Or around about that level, but we've got this overall trend line, so we need to break that before there was any kind of uptrend in the Bitcoin price. So we'll need to wait and see what happens. What's that look like on the 4-hour chart? It'll probably get more accurate on the 4-hour. So it's probably down about there. So we're right in the middle of that descending triangle. So it's up to hit about 5,800, bounce from there hopefully and go through there. So we need to wait and see what happens. But if we're looking at that from that point of view, long term, we're in a descending kind of triangle there as well. Okay, what time are we on? 9:30, that's about time to go. Marcos, GoChain will do well on the platform. Arena, especially with its low MC 30 million upcoming Binance listing and a working platform at 1300 TPS. Yeah, I think the transaction per second for GoChain, they're looking to go even faster than that as well. And getting listed on Binance, I think it's going to do really well. Not a brilliant time for GoChain to get listed on Binance, but for long term it could be good. Hot is holding up okay. Hot is holding up really well actually. I thought this would have came down. What's it looking like? It looks as if it's going to go down to 15, 16. But if it went down lower, again, Hot is one of them that is, I think, is going to be big for the future as well. Tomorrow will be green, hopefully, fingers crossed. I look at Elastos as a better alternative. EOS with a market cap of less than 75 million, going to fund the development of 100 dApps on its platform along with airdrops. Yeah, I think Elastos could do well, really well. And that's why I like these kind of smaller cap ones. The likes of kind of Cardano as well. Obviously, it's a large market cap. It's 2 billion just now. I still think it's going to explode, but new ones coming out and we're kind of looking at the likes of Elastos could be really good as well. The likes of HOT as well, Holochain, could be really good as well. And that's Tron, obviously a big market cap as well. Buy, I bought today. Excellent. This bleed off is washing out a lot of projects who did not go liquid. These holding down the crowdfund crypto would be in trouble, not being able to pay their employees, etc. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, Imran. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for the moment. Hopefully we'll be back in the green tomorrow. We need to wait and see what happens with the Bitcoin price. And just look at where it is just now, 6,425. So climbing a wee bit, a wee bit hope in the midst of that big, huge drop. It's climbing a wee bit just now, but are we going to go lower? We'll need to wait and see. So no doubt we'll find out tonight and tomorrow. Coming up the weekend as well, not a good time for cryptos at the weekend. So until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.